Time for the first late model heat race. Randy Maynard, Jerry Mitchell, Joe Bush and Gene Ginn, Rick Sedgwick and Danny Eves, Gary Estes and Bill Cantley, and they're coming around for the green flag. Randy Maynard Jr., your early leader, car number 6. Jerry Mitchell runs in second. Now Mitchell looks to the high side of Maynard through turns 3 and 4. Can't quite get the job done. Top 4 cars transferred to the 100-lap late model feature later tonight. Joe Bush, car number 101, the man who finished second at the main event at Columbus Motor Speedway last week, of an event that Pinstripe Productions does have on videotape. Won't tell you who won or took first, because if you know, you know. If you don't know and you want to see it, you need to buy the tape. Gene Ginn, car number 27 now, runs in third as Jerry Mitchell looks underneath Randy Maynard Jr. coming down the front straightaway. Now Mitchell runs first, Maynard back to second, Gene Ginn runs third, and Joe Bush locks down that 4th position. Rick Sedgwick running in that 5th position back there. He'll try to find his way around and get around the 101 machine of Joe Bush. They did qualify him earlier, as I said, Dick Dunleavy Jr. with a fast qualifying time. The top 4 cars were locked into the event. We're going to take 4 cars out of each of 4 heat races. And then the final 4 cars will come out of the last chance race tonight, and that will give us our field for the 100-lap late model feature event. Randy Maynard Jr. now in trouble of losing second to Gene Ginn. Ginn with an advantage down the backstretch. Now Gene Ginn, car number 27, runs second. He'll set his sights on the leader, Jerry Mitchell, in the 6th, but Mitchell has checked out. Bill Cantley and Danny Eves battling back there behind the 91 of Rick Sedgwick. 101 of Joe Bush still holds down that 4th and final transfer position. I'd like to take this opportunity right off the bat to thank Charlie Stapleton and Shadybowl Speedway for allowing us to come here and videotape the race. And also I'd like to thank Earl Isaac, photographer here at Shadybowl and also track announcer, for making it possible for Pinstripe Productions to be here tonight. Jerry Mitchell still your leader with the white flag out. 1 more lap to go for Jerry Mitchell. And then it's Gene Ginn, Randy Maynard Jr. and Joe Bush, your top 4 cars. And that's just how they're going to finish, with Jerry Mitchell taking home the win in the first of the 4 late model heat races. These are 12-lap heat races. Once again, your winner, car number 6, Jerry Mitchell. Heat race number 2 now, and they'll line up this way on the pole. Car number 1, Randy Sweet. Then outside of him, the 81 of Don Wetnall. The 1H Tom Henley in row number 2, and outside of him, the 77 of Tim Curry. The 19 of Carlton Smith and the 2 of Dave Brandenburg make up row number 3. And out back in row number 4, car number 45, Don Johnson, and the 5 of Randy Van Zandt. Late model heat race number 2. All right, the white flag has come out. We should get a green flag next time by the stripe. Flag comes out, and we are racing for 12 laps for this heat race. And your early leaders, the 81 of Don Wetnall, Randy Sweet back to second, Tom Henley in the 1H machine runs third, and a good battle back there for 4th. And the yellow comes back out. Flagman Frank Brock not liking the start, so we'll get him relined back up. Should get a green flag. Oh, I take that back. The 77 of Tim Curry with a spin on the back straightaway, as well as the 45 of Don Johnson. That was our problem. White flag comes out this time. we should get a green flag next time by. Green flag back out, and it's Randy Sweet with the early lead, this time down the front straightaway and into turns 1 and 2. Wetnall battles back through, or down the back straightaway, excuse me, and Tom Henley in the 1H machine right there in third. Your fourth place car is Carlton Smith right now in the 19. As we got cars spinning out in the back once again, that's Tim Curry, Dave Brandenburg, and the 5, Van Zandt. They pick up the throttles, they go into turn number 3. The green flag flies as they come out of 4, and we are racing once again. Randy Sweet, your leader. Don Wetnall runs in second. Tom Henley runs third, and holding down that ever important fourth transfer position is the 19 of Carlton Smith. It's still Randy Sweet, your leader. 81 of Don Wetnall and Tom Henley in the 1H machine. And Dave Brandenburg with a spin over in turn 3, bringing out another caution. They come out of 4 this time. Green flag flies, and we are back racing with Tom Henley, Don Wetnall. Excuse me, Randy Sweet, Don Wetnall, Tom Henley, Carlton Smith. It's still Randy Sweet, your leader, Don Wetnall, Tom Henley, and Carlton Smith. As the cars begin to string out a little bit now. But right now, Carlton Smith in no danger of losing that fourth position as the rest of the field a ways back there. There's a good look at your leader, Randy Sweet in the 1 machine. This is a very beautiful car, very nicely put together, and obviously runs pretty good too. Love the sound of those light bulbs. White flag, one more lap for your leader, car number 1, Randy Sweet. And it's still Don Wetnall, Tom Henley, and Carlton Smith, your top 4 cars. And your winner, car number 1, Randy Sweet, Don Wetnall, Tom Henley, and Carlton Smith. They will transfer to the 100-lap late model feature. The rest of the cars, Dave Brandenburg and Randy Van Zandt, must go. Don Johnson and Tim Curry must go to the last chance race.
And here we come.
Heat race number 3 for the late models. They'll line up this way. Car number 2, Mike Carroll. Outside him, the 24 of Don Mahaffey Jr., 70 Harry Foot, and the 11 of Tim Felver. 83 is Robbie Dean, this year's track champion at Columbus Motor Speedway, and the 65 of Tim Ice. 44, Randy Churchill, and the 41 of Brett Jack. I must say that Robbie Dean did not win the track championship in this car. Green flag is out. This is the 83 car owned by Ed Hillbilly Duncan. Robbie Dean normally campaigning the white 94, which is owned by Don and Judy Renner. Yellow flag comes back out as we have a tool lane on the track. Shadybowl's fine track crew taking care of that problem, and we'll get back on the speedway. One of the best track crews that I've seen in quite a while right here at Shadybowl Speedway. They get out there, they get the problem taken care of, and get the track cleaned off. Had a couple of spills, some motors let go in hot laps and qualifying, and they were right there, Johnny, on the spot. Green flag is back out. Harry Foote and the 24, Don Mahaffey, do battle there for a while. Now Harry runs in second. 24, Don Mahaffey Jr. runs third, and the 83 and Robbie Dean runs in that fourth position. Your leader is car number 2, Mike Carroll. And the 41 machine of Brett Jack back out on the track. Still up front, and now we got a battle for that fourth position. Tim Heiss looks to the high side of the 83 of Robbie Dean. Tim Heiss in the 65 car. Smoke coming out of the Robbie Dean machine. I believe that car's done. I thought I heard a pop. And that car is done as he is dumping smoke and oil and fluid all the way around the track, and we have caution on the track as Robbie Dean, car number 83, loses a motor. This is such a shame. As I said before, he is track champion this year at Columbus Motor Speedway, and having his problems, unable to make the field for the main event. 28 cars starting that race, and Robbie Dean unable to make it in, which really is no, what do I want to say? It's really no shame for that to happen, because there was a lot of very, very fast cars, a lot of big names there this year. White flag coming out. We should get a green flag next time by the stripe. Mike Carroll, your leader. Harry Foote runs in second. Don Mahaffey Jr. runs third, and now in fourth is the Tim Heiss machine, car number 65. And now, looking to the inside of Tim Heiss is the 11 of Tim Felver. Felver, also a very fast car, one of the top 8 qualifiers at the main event last week at Columbus Motor Speedway. Tom Felver, very fast machine there. And he's looking for a way around the 65 of Tim Heiss. Felver looking inside once again down the front straightaway. Can't quite get the job done as Heiss slams the door going into turn number 1. Once again to the inside, they're side by side this time, going through turn 1 and 2, and now Tim Felver, car number 11, takes over that fourth and final transfer spot. Tim Heiss needs to get that spot back if he's going to make it into the 100 lap feature, or else he's going to have to go to the last chance race. Now Tim Felver looks to the inside of Don Mahaffey Jr. Not happy with just the fourth transfer position. He's trying to better his spot even. And the 2 of Mike Carroll, your leader. It's still Harry Foote in second. The 24 of Don Mahaffey Jr. third. And the fourth place car is the 11 of Tim Felver. And that's just how they'll finish, with Mike Carroll taking home the win.
Second, Don Mahaffey Jr. third, and Tim Felver fourth.
The fourth and final heat race for the late models coming at you now. Car number 00, Ray Fullen. 98 of Mike Denny. 30 is Brian Volk, 24 Roger Black, 11 is Chuck Silva, and the 3 of Bobby Jacks, and out back car number 28, Mark Stump from Beaver Creek.
Don Silva, Bobby Jacks.
For the rest of the divisions, we will be running a last chance race for the modifieds, of course, for the late models. And then we'll be running the sportsman feature. All those cars locked in by qualifying earlier. And no green flag that time. And then I think we have a street stock, pro stock last chance race. Green flag comes out that time, and we are racing. We have a pro stock last chance race also, and then features the 100 lap, $10,000 to win late model feature, modified, sportsman, and pro stock. Your leader is the 00 Ray Full and Brian Volker in second. The 3 of Bobby Jacks. 29 is Roger Black, your top 4 cars. Full and still your leader, Brian Volk. The 3 of Bobby Jacks and the 29 of Roger Black. One more lap to go for Ray Full and your leader. And your winner, car number 00 Ray Full and Brian Volk, Bobby Jacks and Roger Black, your top 4 transfer cars. Everybody else to the late model last chance race. Once again, your winner, car number 00 Ray Full
and Roger Black.
Now it's time for your modified last chance race on the pole, car number 67. That looks like Lee Raymond. Then outside of him will be the 5 of Steve Snap, then the 1 of John Rainey. Fred Poole is next in the 55. Car number 22 is, I'm not sure, 5 EC is Skylar Hinkle. 58 Ralph Herod. 4 is Kenny George. The 7 of Steve Chrisman out back.
John Rainey. 55 of Fred Poole. 22 of Robert Johnson. The 5 Skylar Hinkle. 58 Ralph Herod. Car number 1. And he'll be looking for the green next time around.
White flag, one more lap to go. And we will have a green flag for the modified last chance race. They come out of turn number 4. The green flag flies and we are racing. No, we're not. Caution stays out. Flag with Frank Bronk not liking the start of that one.
And we're going to wave the white out of this time.
The white flag once again. We should get green flag next time by the stripe. Green flag. got a car spinning over in turn 1. That looks like it's the 5EC. Skylar Hinkle spinning out over there in turn 1. Green flag comes back out. It's Steve Snap, your leader. Running in second is the number 1 machine of John Rainey. 67 of Lee Raymond runs third. Once again, top 4 transfer cars. We'll go on to the sportsman feature. 55 Fred Poole at the moment holds down that 4th position. Still your leader. John Rainey running in second. White flag, 1 more lap to go for Steve Snap. And it's Lee Raymond and the 55 of Fred Poole. Top 4 for transfer cars now. The 22 machine of Scott Reeser, I believe that is. Looks to the inside of Fred Poole and can't quite get the job done. Your winner, car number 5, Steve Snap. Now it's time for the late model last chance race. On the pole is car number 2. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not the late model last chance race. They're bringing out the top 4 qualifiers for some hot laps, and there's a look at them. You saw Scott Hance, Gary St. Amant, Dick Dunleavy Jr., of course, holding down the new track record, and then the 61 of Mike Ward. And yes, Pinstripe Productions is here. We're set up with the Stars and Cars Racing Collectibles trailer. Come back and see my wife, Kim, and she'll set you up with our video. Pinstripe Productions is proud to be back here at Shadybowl Speedway for the Indian Summer Series. Please keep in mind that Pinstripe Productions also videotapes at Killcare Speedway, Killcare Dragway, Columbus Motor Speedway, Winchester Speedway. We also do races at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Midwest's finest video racing series, Pinstripe Productions. A good look at a crowd out here tonight. Fine weather, a lot of people coming out here to see this race tonight. A good crowd on hand to see these late models go for 100 laps and $10,000 later tonight. First up, late model, last chance race. Car number 2, Dave Brandenburg. Then it's the 98 of Mike Denny. Car number 11 is next. And that's, the 91 cars on the inside. That's Rick Sedgwick. And the 11 of Chuck Silva. Then it's 77, Tim Curry. Car number 9 is Dan Eaves. 5S, Gary Estes. And the 65 of Tim Ice. Car number 44 is, I'll have to check on the name on that, and the 5 car of Randy Van Zandt. Then out back, car number 28, Scott Hance, the 26 of Bill Cantley. 41 is Brett Jack. Car number 44 is Randy Churchill. Of course, I knew that. Sorry, Randy. Last chance for these guys to get into the feature. Top 4 will transfer to the 100 lap late model feature. White flag out. We'll get a green flag next time by the stripe. Once again, it's Dave Brandenburg, Mike Denny, Rick Sedgwick, Chuck Silva, Tim Curry, Dan Eaves, Gary Estes, Tim Ice, Randy Churchill, Randy Van Zandt, Scott Hance, Bill Cantley, and then the 41 of Brett Jack. green flag. We are racing late model last chance race, and we are not. Caution stays out. Flagman Frank Brock not liking the lineup. They come back out of turn number 4 this time. Frank Brock looks at him, green flag flies, and we are racing once again. Brandenburg, your leader. Good battle right now for the second spot. Rick Sedgwick on the inside. Mike Denny on the outside. And the 83 of Robbie Dean, I missed him in the lineup, out there in 4th as we got a car spinning over in turn 4. That's the 77 of Tim Curry.
And Dean. Curry and Dean.
We should get a green flag this time by the stripe. Green flag comes out and we are back to racing. Almost 3 wide going into turn number 1. And the 83 of Robbie Dean now looks to the inside of Mike Denny down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4. And now Robbie Dean, car number 83, runs in that 3rd position. Mike Denny holding down that 4th and final transfer spot right now, but Denny battling back on the outside. He's loose through turns 3 and 4. Mike Denny, car number 98. Oh, and he touches with Tim Curry. They're hard into the front stretch wall. Tim Curry, car number 77, and the 98 of Mike Denny hard into the front stretch wall. Denny, something happening to that car. He slowed way down, and Tim Curry already committed to the high side. Nowhere to go, nothing he could do. The two cars connected, and into the wall they went. Both drivers are okay. They're talking a little bit to Mike Denny. He got his bell rung pretty good. Tim Curry seems to be okay. There's a good shot of Mike Denny being cared to by the track workers, and there is Tim Curry. He's out. Neither driver very happy, but and Mike Denny walks to the ambulance. Got his rung a little bit, but I think he'll be okay. White flag comes out. We should get a green flag next time by the stripe. Dave Brandenburg, Rick Sedgwick, the 11 of Chuck Silva, and then the 9 of Danny Eves now holds down your last transfer spot. Flag back out, and we are back to racing. And caution out as we got a car stopped over there in turn 2. That's the 5 of Van Zandt.
And Randy's out of the car. We're glad to see him.
And Van Zandt's night is done. As we see the Hoosier tire trailers there in the background, every one of us at Penstoke Productions wants to wish speedy recovery to Marion Brooks, who's ailing in Springfield Memorial Hospital. Or no, it's Mercy Hospital that he's in. So send your wishes to Marion as we do. For a speedy recovery. Marion, we miss you. Good battle going on now between the 11 of Chuck Silva and the 9 of Danny Eves, battling for that 3rd position. And we got a car spinning out. That's Chuck Silva in the 11 machine. I didn't see what happened to precipitate that, but Silva already sideways when we got to him with the camera and hard into the turn 1 wall with the back end of the car. The fine Shadybowl safety crew coming out with the ambulance. I believe Chuck Silva's okay as the track crewman kind of waves the ambulance off. In fact, they will push the car off and into the pit area. Chuck Silva's day is done. Now, your top 4. Dave Brandenburg, Rick Sedgwick, Danny Eves now runs third, and Gary Estes running in that fourth position. And Tim Ice, the man running in fifth that wants to get around Gary Estes. Everybody wants to get around and get up there to the fourth position, but Tim Ice in the best position to do that. We're going back to green right now. Tim Ice and Gary Estes touch going into turn number 4. Estes goes around, and that'll bring out a caution.
And Gary Estes goes around up here, and apparently got an assist from Tim Ice. So.
Tim Ice goes to the tail of the field. Gary Estes gets his spot back. We should get a green flag here in just a moment. Flies, and we are racing. Dave Brandenburg, Rick Sedgwick, the 9 of Danny Eves, and Gary Estes running in fourth position. Now the man in fifth is the 44, Randy Churchill. Randy Churchill coming all the way down from Canada to be here for this race. Long way to go if he doesn't make it back, or doesn't make it into the 100-lap late model feature. He'll be looking to get around Estes for that fourth and final transfer position. Still Dave Brandenburg, Rick Sedgwick, the 9 of Danny Eves, and the 5 of Gary Estes. Tries to make his way back up through the field from the tail of the field. 44 car now, Randy Churchill applying the pressure to Gary Estes for that fourth and final transfer position. Churchill closes in within a matter of feet once again as Danny Eves looks to the inside of Rick Sedgwick down the back chute. White flag, one more lap to go for your leader, car number 2, Dave Brandenburg. Rick Sedgwick, the 9 of Danny Eves, and then the 5 of Gary Estes. And that's just how they'll finish. That's your final 4 cars we have at full field now for the 100 lap, $10,000 to win, Raymond Shear Memorial. At least I got the name right this time. Once again, your winner, car number 2, Dave Brandenburg.
Randy Churchill drove all that way down. By tide. He was trying to run some of the big kids off when they come charging back there.
And now it's time for the 25-lap sportsman feature, and this is how they're going to line up. 33, Carl Stapleton on the inside, front row, and then the 17, Sam Heckman. Car number 08, Randy Sward, inside second row, and outside him the 24 machine. No name for that driver, sorry about that. Car number 4, Brett Oakley is next, and outside him the 70 of Joe Hill. 92, Craig Parker. 19, Wayne Watercutter. 31 is Dennis Kelly. 12 is Chad Poole. 5, Larry Harris. 00 is Dick Kelly. 7 is Ron Poole. 53, Russ Bob. The 0 car of Jerry Stapleton. 21 of Buddy Townsend. The 6 of Jim Klein. The 63 of Terry Pertee. 67 is Joe Reeves. And out back, car number 34. Not sure who that is. And I paused there because I think I've got an extra car in there somewhere. Yes, I do. the 0 car. It's the 6th machine of Jim Klein that I was seeing, and I counted him twice, so take that car out of there. So eliminate the 0 car of Jerry Stapleton, and we got our lineup. White flag, we should get a green flag next time by. Once again, it's Carl Stapleton, Sam Heckman, Randy Sward, and outside him, the 24 machine. Brett Oakley and Joe Hill, 92 Craig Parker, 19 Wayne Watercutter, 31 Dennis Kelly, 12 Chad Bull, and they come down. And something happened there. I'm not sure what. The camera just didn't roll. So we are ways into it. We got a car going to the hill. And a car spinning. 31 of Dennis Kelly, the 70 of Joe Hill get together, and we got caution on the track. Gives me a chance to kind of reset my lineup, reacclimate myself, as like I said before, we missed the very start of the race. Your leader is 33 Carl Stapleton. Running in second is the 24 machine, I believe. 33 Carl Stapleton, 24 machine, 17 Sam Heckman, 08 Randy Sward, and the 4 of Brett Oakley. White flag. You see the rest of the field come past. We should get a green flag next time by the stripe. Green flag, and we are back to racing. Carl Stapleton, the 24 machine, Sam Heckman, 08 Randy Sward, Brett Oakley. Oakley now being challenged on the outside. Quite know who that is. I should know who that is. That's Craig Parker outside of Oakley. 19 Wayne Watercutter behind him. Now Craig Parker, the man on the move on the high side. He gets around the Oakley machine, and here comes Wayne Watercutter, 19. Wayne Watercutter winning the 2 previous weeks before this race. Try to three-peat here tonight. As I mentioned before, this is the first race we videotaped for Shadybowl Speedway in 1995. Doing the Indian Summer Series here at Shadybowl Speedway. Other commitments not allowing us to videotape the weekly series here at Shadybowl Speedway. Maybe someday soon we can change that. I have to figure out a way to clone myself first. 92 Craig Parker gets around the 24 machine. Wayne Watercutter coming right with him. Parker now runs second. Wayne Watercutter runs third. They set their sights on the leader, the 33 of Carl Stapleton. Craig Parker checks up coming out of 4. Wayne Watercutter on the brakes hard. Now Watercutter looks to the inside of Parker. And Wayne Watercutter, now your second place car. Craig Parker back to third. Wayne Watercutter closing on the 33 Carl Stapleton. Stapleton trying to make that car as wide as he possibly can. And Stapleton and Watercutter side by side, but not for long, as Wayne Watercutter in the rocket pulls around Carl Stapleton and goes away with the lead. Wayne Watercutter all the way back from the 8th position, and we got cars spinning out. That's the 17 of Sam Heckman, and it looks like to be the 24 machine also spinning out there in turn 2. Should get a green flag this time by the stripe. 19 Wayne Watercutter, 33 Carl Stapleton. Craig Parker is next. Then the 24 machine, and then I believe it's Randy Sward in 08. For Brett Oakley and the 70 of Joe Hill. And now Parker looks to the high side of Carl Stapleton. Craig Parker in the 92 machine. Side by side with Carl Stapleton in 33. Now Parker with the advantage as Stapleton slips through two. Greg Parker now runs second. Setting his sights on the 19 of Wayne Watercutter. Back of the pack between Chad Poole and Dick Kelly, as Kelly trying to find a way around the number 12 of Chad. Joe Hill in the 70 machine, of course, track champion in the late model sportsman at Killcare Speedway this year. Watercutter still your leader. Now Oakley looking for a way around the 08 of Randy Sward. Randy Sward, one of the Columbus contingent out here tonight. White flag, one more lap to go for your leader, car number 19, Wayne Watercutter. Watercutter, your winner. Finishing second is Craig Parker. Third place goes to, I believe, Carl Stapleton. And then fourth to Brett Oakley. Once again, your winner, car number 19, Wayne Watercutter. All right, now time for the Pro Street Stock Last Chance race on the pole. Car number 52, Brett Miles. Then it's the 83 of Paul Berry outside of him. 88, Tim Allen is next, and the 30 of Don Betty. 65, Jack McGill. 17, Mike Derflinger. 31, Brian Bauman. 18 car sure looks like the 18 of Andy Peterson, and then the 75 of Joe Hines, and not out on the track yet is the 2 of Chuck Kemp. And there's a look at your winner of the sportsman feature, the 19, and Wayne Watercutter holding up 3 fingers for the three-peat. 3 weeks in a row, he's been the feature winner for the sportsman. There's the 2 car of Chuck Kemp. And now we're ready to race. Our Pro Stock Last Chance race. Now, these are the late models, right? That 52 car looks strangely like Mike Miller's car. But their score sheet said Brett Miles, so that's what we're going to go with. Green flag out. Miles, your leader. 83. Paul Berry runs second. Tim Allen slips in the 88 machine, loses third to the 65 of Jack McGill. McGill now looks to the inside of the 83 car as Tim Allen riding the high side. Cars battling hard. 4 cars transfer to the Pro Stock Last Chance race. So right now, that would be at the moment Jack McGill in the 65 car. As Tim Allen gets to the high side of the 83 car of Paul Berry. Tim Allen now runs second, Berry third. Good battle for that 4th position between the 65 of Jack McGill and the 31 of Brian Ballman. Your leader is still the 52 of Brett Miles, 88. Tim Allen, now Jack McGill runs in that 3rd position. 4th belongs to the 83 of Paul Berry. I'll get these names in a minute. So your 4th and final transfer position right now is the 83 of Paul Berry. '31 Brian Ballman looking for a way around the 75 of Joe Hines. As Hines now trying to get around the 83 of Paul Berry. He slips high, and now Bauman and they connect down the front straightaway. And that'll bring out a caution as we got rocks kicked up on the track and dirt. I believe he did say Mike Miller in the 52 machine. Mike Miller, car number 52, the 65 of Jack McGill, runs second now. 3rd is I have no idea, and 4th is also I have no idea. 65 now looks to the inside of the 52 machine. Can't quite get the job done down the front straightaway. It looks like Tim Allen and Paul Berry battling for that 3rd position back there. White flag, 1 more lap to go for your leader now, Jack McGill. Tim Allen runs in that 3rd position. 4th position still held down by Paul Berry. Your winner will be Jack McGill. 2nd will be Mike Miller in the 52. 3rd will go to the 88 of Tim Allen, and 4th, boy, I'm not sure.
The last 2 cases in a row, the answer to that question was the late great Neil Siva. Neil won the race. We got down here, we're taking pictures. All the air was going out of the right.
A 100 lap late model Raymond Shear Memorial, $10,000 to win. The 100 lap, $10,000 to win, late model Raymond Shear Memorial. And this is how they're going to line up. As soon as I get my paper. Here we go. This is how they'll line up. 101 is Joe Bush. He's on the pole. Car number 29, Roger Black on the outside. Inside, 2nd row, car number 11, Tim Felver. And the 27 of Gene Ginn. Inside, 3rd row, car number 28, Scott Hance. 61, Mike Ward. Then the 21 of Gary St. Amand is next, and the 11 of Dick Dunleavy Jr. As I said before, Dick Dunleavy Jr., new track record, 12.70 seconds for Dick Dunleavy Jr. Inside the next row is the 1H Tom Henley, the 70 of Harry Foote, the 30 of Brian Volk, 6 is Jerry Mitchell, car number 81 is Don Wetnall, the 24 is Don Mahaffey Jr., 39 Randy Maynard, car number 1 Randy Sweet, car number 2 Mike Carroll, the 00 of Ray Fullen, out back car number 19 Carlton Smith, the 3 of Bobby Jacks, 2 is Dave Brandenburg, the 91 of Rick Sedgwick, car number 9 Danny Eves, and then the 5S of Gary Estes. Fine field of late models out here tonight, taking the flag for the 100 laps. the finest late models in the Midwest you'll see anywhere. Any one of these cars capable of winning big long features.
You got to do it on your own. 400 turns to go. It'll be under control of Mark Blackman, Frank Brock here in just a second. $10,000 awaiting the winner. Biggest payoff in Shadybowl history. And we'll be moving the cars out here in just a second. And how about a hand for our promoter, Charlie Steeple, for putting this show on. What a job he's done promoting this speedway this year. Overcome so much adversity, a lot of people would have thrown in the towel and went home. Leo Beatty, the auto racing sports writer, is climbing the flag here now for the Dayton Daily.
Honorary starter for today's race, Leo Beatty of Dayton Daily News. Honorary starter for the 100-lap late model feature. The words of track announcer Earl Isaac, we definitely echo. Our hats off to Charlie Stapleton for putting on this fine event and doing the fine work here at Shadybowl Speedway. White flag out. Honorary starter Leo Beatty waving the white flag. Green flag. First 2 laps, let's just listen. The 101 of Joe Bush. Running in second is the 11 of Tim Felver. Car number 29, Roger Black, holds down that 3rd position. Running in 4th, good battle for the 5th position. Scott Hance, Dick Dunleavy Jr. going at it. Dunleavy slides through turn 4. He slips back now as the caution comes out. We got a car spinning on the backstretch. That appears to be the 5S of Gary Estes. And we got people sitting everywhere tonight as we have a packed house. Standing room only, most definitely, here at Shadybowl Speedway. Your leader is Joe Bush. Tim Felver running in 2nd. 29, Roger Black 3rd. 27, Gene Ginn holding down that 4th position. Then I believe it'll be Scott Hance and Dick Dunleavy Jr. Green flag comes out, and we are back to racing. No, it's Dunleavy Jr. and then Scott Hance. Shows how much I know. Your leader, car number 101, Joe Bush, finishing 2nd in last week's $15,000 to win main event 8 at Columbus Motor Speedway. A video, by the way, we do have on videotape. So Joe Bush looking for a win here tonight, 100 lap, $10,000 to win, Raymond Shear Memorial. Gene Ginn out there also hoping for that win, running in that 4th position, as is Dick Dunleavy Jr. running in 5th. Tim Felver, the 11 machine, looking to the inside of Joe Bush. Once again to the inside of Joe Bush, down the front straightaway, can't quite get the job done. Joe Bush, car number 101, very competitive. We got a car slow down the back straightaway. That's the 2 of Mike Carroll. He is going to try to make it into the infield. Cannot. Stops right there at the entrance to the infield. Caution comes out. Mike Carroll, one of the drivers here tonight, doing double duty, driving also a modified car tonight. Modified's running later after this feature event. Now Ward looking to the inside. Mike Ward looking to the outside of Scott Hance. Can't quite get the job done. Ward just doesn't seem to have a setup. That car running very loose. And he's having quite a handful of holding on to that car tonight. Dunleavy Jr. looks to the inside of Gene Ginn down the front straightaway. Jr. running in 5th. And Ginn running in that 4th position. Joe Bush, your leader, car number 101. Then it's the 11 of Tim Felver running 2nd. Roger Black running 3rd. Gene Ginn now looking to the inside of Roger Black. Gene Ginn, car number 27, now runs 3rd. Roger Black to that 4th position. Gene Ginn, a man very fast at this track. He had the track record until Dick Dunleavy broke it here tonight. And Dunleavy, now he'll be the next to try as Scott Hance looks to the inside of Dick Dunleavy Jr., car number 28. Scott Hance now getting around Dunleavy back to that 6th position. Got a couple cars getting together over in turn 4. That's Mike Carroll in the 2 machine, the 5S of Gary Estes. Those two drivers having their problems here tonight. Estes spinning out before. Now some fire underneath. I think that's just header fire though. And Mike Carroll having to go to the pit area earlier. Back out for Joe Bush, car number 101, your leader. Still your leader, Tim Felver running in 2nd. Gene Ginn now runs 3rd. The 29er Roger Black holds down 4th. Scott Hance 5th, and Dick Dunleavy Jr., fast qualifier, running back there in that 6th position. So Dunleavy having his problems tonight, slipping back just a little bit to 6th. Ward and Gary St. Amant, the 61 and 21 cars. They're running 7th and 8th right now. And now Scott Hance getting underneath Roger Black. Scott Hance now runs in that 4th position, excuse me. Gene Ginn running 3rd, Tim Felver running in 2nd, and the 101 of Joe Bush with the lead. into the wall on the back straightaway. That's the one of Randy Sweet. I think the 24 of Don Mahaffey Jr. also involved in that. Yeah, he's now got a set of white walls instead of black walls on that car. And Don Mahaffey Jr. was involved in that. He takes it to the hill, as does the Randy Sweet machine. Green flag back out. Car number 101, Joe Bush, your leader. Tim Felver running in second. Gene Ginn runs third. 28, Scott Hance, Roger Black, and Dick Dunleavy. Joe Bush, still your leader, car number 101. Tim Felver runs in second, Gene Ginn third. Scott Hance, Roger Black, Dick Dunleavy Jr. Tim Felver, another strong car, fast qualifier. Or not fast qualifier, but one of the fast qualifiers last week at the main event at Columbus Motor Speedway. Jerry St. Amant looking to the inside of Mike Ward down the front straightaway. As the 1H of Tom Henley and the 6 of Jerry Mitchell do battle out there. St. Amant to the inside of Mike Ward, once again down the front straightaway. St. Amant now runs in that 7th position, I believe it is. He will set his sights on the 6th place car of Dick Dunleavy Jr. Mike Ward back to 8th as Mitchell, gets into the side of Tom Henley going into turn 1. Everybody else scrambles, couple cars spin. I don't think there was any more contact. It's the double zero of Ray Fullenspun. I didn't see what the other car was up there. Harry Foote in the 70 machine. A lot of right side damage on that car. The whole cockpit seems to be torn away on the right side. Tough break for the 70 machine. But believe it or not, there is the 70 car of Harry Foote. He is back out. That car is ripped away on the side, but still running. White flag. We should get a green flag next time by the stripe. It's the 101 of Joe Bush, the 11 of Tim Felver. Gene Ginn runs in third. And the rest of the field. And the green flag out. Scott Hance looking to the inside of Gene Ginn down the front straightaway. Can't quite get the job done. As Mike Ward looks to the high side of John Vallow. And he slips a little bit in too. And I said it, I knew it. I knew I was going to say it sooner or later wrong. The 21 machine of Gary St. Amant. Well, what do you expect? Give a microphone to a monkey and that's what you get. As caution comes back out, we got a car spinning. That's the 91 of Rick Sedgwick in the 91 machine up there in turn 1 and 2. I'm not sure if he made any contact or just spun out. We put some rosin down on the track, fine track crew here at Shadybowl Speedway. So I think he had a blown motor, might have spun out his own oil. Carlton Smith also having his troubles. He just getting out of the pit area just in time, remains on the lead lap, but Joe Bush is closing down fast. Tim Felver runs in second. 27 Gene Ginn, Scott Hance, Roger Black, and Dick Dunleavy Jr. Behind Dunleavy is Gary St. Amant machine, car number 21, and then the 61 of Mike Ward. Bush looking to the high side of Carlton Smith. Smith in danger of going a lap down. He sorely needs a caution and needs it now. And now the 101 of Joe Bush to the high side of Carlton Smith down the back chute. And we got a caution. Carlton Smith gets his lap back as we got some cars spinning out over in turn 2. Excuse me, turn 1. Looks like Dave Brandenburg, the 91 of Rick Sedgwick, also involved in that. There's another car down low on the inside, the 00 Ray Fullen. Joe Bush still your leader. Tim Felver runs in second. The Michigan contingent really taking over here today. Green flag comes out, and we are back to racing. Gene Ginn running third. 28 Scott Hance fourth, and then Roger Black, Dick Dunleavy Jr., and Gary St. Amant. And St. Amant going to the hill. The 21 machine is out. Gary St. Amant taking to the hill. And we stay racing. So the 21 of Gary St. Amant out of the race. Joe Bush, your leader. Tim Felver, Gene Ginn, Scott Hance, Roger Black, and now Dick Dunleavy Jr. runs in that 6th position. We got a car connecting the wall over in turn 4 hard. It's the 1 of Randy Sweet. And it looks like that man's night is done also. And you see the mark on the wall over in turn 4. White flag comes out. 1 more lap to go. We'll get a green flag once again. Joe Bush picks up the throttle through turn 4. Green flag flies and we are racing. Tim Felver, Gene Ginn, Scott Hance, your top 4. Roger Black, Dick Dunleavy Jr. And looking to the high side of Dunleavy now. Mike Ward in car number 61. Mike Ward, that car been loose all night long. Looking to the high side now of Dick Dunleavy Jr. And now Ward picks up that 6th position. Dunleavy back to 7th. Another driver having his problems, Dunleavy. Car not near as fast as it was in qualifying. Joe Bush still your leader, as it's been since the start of the race. now Joe Bush closing on the 6 of Jerry Mitchell, about to put Mitchell a lap down. Mitchell, one of the Columbus contingent coming over here for this race. That car not having the handle tonight, not being hooked up at all, as he is one of the faster cars at Columbus Motor Speedway. Badly damaged 70 machine of Harry Foote. As Joe Bush getting about a 10-car length lead on the second place car of Tim Felver. Gene Ginn right there in third, and in fourth, and looking to the inside now, is the 28 of Scott Hance. Hance inside of Gene Ginn, down into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, side by side. And out of 4 and down the front straightaway. Once again, side by side. Tim Felver right there in the 11 machine as Gene Ginn looks to the high side. Ginn slips now through the back straightaway. Scott Hance with the slight advantage now. Hance now with third. Gene Ginn back to that 4th position. Scott Hance not satisfied with third, looking for second, the 28 machine. As Gene Ginn battles back on the outside once again. Tim Felver just trying to hold on to that second position. Joe Bush loving this. And now something the matter with Gene Ginn's car. It looked like the motor let loose. They say they run the fastest and the best right before they blow. And I guess that's true with Gene Ginn. As that car letting loose, that engine letting loose in turn 1 and 2. So one of the faster cars having his problems here tonight. You see some of the fluid coming out from underneath the car there, right behind the left front tire. And we got a significant mess to clean up. Red flag on the track, all the cars being allowed to go to the hill and make repairs and change tires, so this could change things drastically for the end of the race. And we can see the oil dry and track rosin going down all the way around the track. The 101 machine still not out from off the hill. Your leader is still up there on the hill. Everybody else is back out on the track.
Every one of these guys down there have already spent their market champion. He also went on to win.
And 11 of Dick Dunleavy Jr. with his problems. Dunleavy getting a push to the hill. It seemed like the car would either not go in gear or would not stay in gear. So Dunleavy either having transmission or clutch problems. So your fast qualifier having his problems here tonight. Dunleavy back out on the track, but he stalls over in turn 2. Excuse me, turn 1. He's down lower on the hill, so he's at turn 1. And Dunleavy is out of it. 101 of Joe Bush, your leader. The 11 of Tim Felver runs in second. Green flag, and we are racing. Scott Hance third, and no, the caution comes back out.
Okay, white flag this time around.
White flag, one more lap. We should be to green flag racing next time by the stripe. Joe Bush, Tim Felver, bringing it down to the lead. So interesting situation. Two of your top cars out in basically the same lap, the caution, and then red flag coming out for the 27 of Gene Ginn, and then also during that red flag period, Dunleavy Jr. getting bit, and he goes to the hill and is out of the race. Mike Ward now looking to the high side of the 21 of Roger Black. Ward has been loose all night long. He rides the high side now. He's sideways through turn 4. Car number 61, Mike Ward, trying to get around the 29. And now they touch. Going in turns 1 and 2. Black spins. Ward goes on. Caution comes out. White flag, one more lap to go. We'll be to green flag racing. Roger Black, tough break. Going to the tail of the field. Spinning. So now Mike Ward holding down that 4th position in the 61 machine. Scott Haynes, or excuse me, Tom Henley runs 5th. Scott Hans now runs 2nd. He looks to the inside of Joe Bush down the backstretch. Bush trying to protect that lower line as Scott Hans is right there in the 28 machine. Tim Felver runs in 3rd now. Mike Ward slides high. Henley tries to get underneath. He slips. Ward still holds down that 4th position. That car is loose. Joe Bush, he slips a little bit coming out of 4. Scott Hans running in 2nd. Tim Felver running 3rd. Hans trying to find a way around the 101 of Joe Bush. Mike Ward still holding down that 4th position. That car very loose. Ward having his problems. Looks like he slipped back just a little bit. There was a good look at the Mike Ward machine from 61. And we got a car slow on the back straightaway. That's the 30 of Brian Volk. Volk having his problems. He's on the high side. It's still Joe Bush, Scott Hans, and Tim Felver, your top 3. Mike Ward holding down that 4th position. Now Felver looks to the inside of Hans as we got a car stopped over in turn 1. It's the 30 of Brian Volk. Going very slow over in turn 1. Caution comes out. We extricate the Brian Volk machine. So attrition really hitting these cars hard, and we have quite a few cars going out here. The field is whittling down a little bit. Joe Bush, Scott Hans, Tim Felver, Mike Ward, Tom Henley, and I believe Don Wetnall now in the 81 machine, and then Randy Maynard Jr. So some of the Columbus contingent now making their names known. Joe Bush, Scott Hans, Tim Felver, and Mike Ward, still your top 4. Not much has changed up front. 70 of Harry Foote and the 9 of Danny Eves now battling side by side, as the 70 machine not running that much worse than he was before, actually a little bit better before that accident that ripped out the whole left or right side of that car. Tom Henley slipping back a little bit into the clutches of the 81 of Don Wetnall. Randy Maynard Jr. also right there. And we go back to the leaders. There's the 101 of Joe Bush, 28 Scott Hance, 11 Tim Felver. He slips back a little bit now, a little bit of space between him as Hance tries to stay right on the back bumper of Joe Bush. Mike Ward running in the 4th position still. See him go past. And where is 5th? There it is. Tom Henley, car number 1 is 5th. And the 81 Wetnall, 89, 39, Randy Maynard Jr. But now the 70 of Harry Foote gets around. So the 70 machine, quite a good run for that driver here tonight. As Randy Maynard Jr. loses another position to the 9 of Dan Eves now. So the Columbus contingent battling amongst themselves a little bit. And there is the 101 of Joe Bush and the 28 of Scott Hance. They're coming up on this field of cars pretty fast. First car they'll be putting a lap on will be the 91 of Sedgwick. Joe Bush slips in turn 1. Scott Hance gets around. We have a new leader, the 101 of Joe Bush. Almost lost it at 1. Completely sideways, brought it back, but by that time Hance got the advantage and now has the lead. The 101 of Joe Bush now runs in 2nd. He gets around the 91 of Rick Sedgwick. As Scott Hance Scott Hance almost spins and finally does spin down the front straightaway. So your leader spins once again. The lead goes back to the 101 of Joe Bush. So tough luck for car number 28, Scott Hance. Finally gets the lead and then loses the control on the car. White flag comes back out for your leader, car number 101, Joe Bush. And tonight, maybe that man's night. Running in 2nd now is Tim Felver. Mike Ward running 3rd. 4th is Tom Henley in the 1H. And then the 81 of Don Wetnall rounds out your top 5 engine. Look at Ward. Ward right in the high side. Real close to the turn 2 wall. Felver and Ward touch through turns 3 and 4. Now Ward has 2nd, car number 61. He'll set his sights on the leader of Joe Bush. Bush also having his problems. That car seeming to be very loose also, as is Ward's. Mike Ward closes on the back bumper of Joe Bush now. Bush trying to make that car as wide as he possibly can. Mike Ward once again to the high side. Down the back chute. Side by side down the front straightaway. We got a car almost spinning. That's the 70 of Harry Foote. He keeps it going. No caution. They're side by side now for the lead. Joe Bush on the inside. Mike Ward on the outside. Down the front straightaway. Ward with a slight advantage. We got a new leader. Car number 61, Mike Ward. But Joe Bush comes back to turns 1 and 2. They touch. Ward is sideways. Mike Ward, your leader. Joe Bush back to 2nd. White flag, 1 more lap to go for your leader, car number 61, Mike Ward. Joe Bush will finish 2nd once again. The 11 of Tim Felver comes home 3rd. 4th is Tom Henley. 5th will be Don Wetnall. Car number 61, Urbana, Ohio's own. Car number 61, Mike Ward, your winner. That car has been loose all night long. They did not get the loose condition fixed, as Mike Ward almost spun out a couple of times, still comes home with the win. Once again, your winner, car number 61, Mike Ward. Mike Ward receives the congratulations of the fans here at Shadybowl Speedway. I'd like to remind you once again that Pinstrok Productions not only is videotaping the Indian Summer Series here at Shadybowl Speedway, but also videotapes at Killcare Speedway, Columbus Motor Speedway, Killcare Dragway, Winchester Speedway, and Indianapolis Raceway Park. And now it's time for the modified feature. On the pole, car number 31, Don Fleming. Outside him, the 21 of Roger Winget. Inside row number 2, the 1M of Jeff Bolts, and the 5 of Steve Snap. Inside row number 3, car number 32, Jack Woods, and the 7 of John Ranley. 2 is Mike Carroll. 111 is Don Geyer. 3, Jerry Stapleton. 71, Sam Heckman. 51, Jerry Winget. 8, Steve Poland. 22, Tom Randolph. 87, John Fitzgerald. 2R, Rusty Stroop. 9, Ken Rutherford. 1, John Rainey. 35, Greg Winget. 57, Joe Hill. 17, Jeremy Neiswanger. 5, can't be Steve Snap, must be the 5 EC of Hinkle. And then the number 1 car, not sure who that is. Then another 87 machine. Don't know who that is. And the 55 of Fred Poole. Let's see if I can fill in some of these gaps now. There's the 2 machine of Mike Carroll. 3, Jerry Stapleton. There's the 71 of Sam Heckman. 51, Greg Winget, or Jerry Winget, excuse me. Saw John Fitzgerald in 87 machine, 35 machine, 57, and here we go. 67 looks like Lee Raymond. That looks like the 67 Lee Raymond, not another 87. Green flag flies. We are running for 25 laps, I believe, for the modified feature. Car spinning down into the infield. It is the 51 machine of Jerry Winget. Complete restart, green flag flies, and we are racing once again. And problems over in turn 1. Long line of traffic leaving to get out of this place. I think I just would have stayed around for at least the modified feature and waited for that traffic to leave. Get home just as quick. 31, Don Fleming Jr. on the pole. Outside him, 21, Roger Winget. Complete restart once again. Jeff Bolt, Steve Snap, Jack Woods, John Ranley, Mike Carroll, Don Geyer, Jerry Stapleton, Sam Heckman, Jerry Winget, Steve Poland, Tom Randolph, John Fitzgerald, Rusty Stroop, Ken Rutherford, John Rainey, Greg Winget, Joe Hill, Jeremy Neiswanger. Green flag. Roger Winget and Jeff Foltz battle for that second position behind the 31 of Don Fleming Jr. And now Jeff Foltz runs in second in the 1M machine. Jerry Winget back to third. Good battle going on for that fourth position. Fleming sideways out of turn 4. Jeff Foltz looks to the high side down the front straightaway. Jeff Foltz, track champion in the mini stocks this year. In fact, ran away with the mini stocks this year. And now Jeff Foltz gets around Don Fleming Jr. as Fleming almost sideways going through turn 1. He now holds down second as Jeff Foltz now your leader. Carroll right in the high side of Jack Woods. Now he rides the high side of the 7 of John Ranley. Mike Carroll, car number 2, doing quite a good job out here tonight with the modified. Car spinning over in turn 4. Couple cars getting together. And caution is out on the track. That's the 5 of Steve Snap out there in the infield, and looks like maybe possibly the 51 of Jerry Winget, I think, maybe, I'm not sure. Flag flies once again. We got a bunch of them over in turn 2. Looks like the 32 Jack Wood, 71 Sam Heckman, 51 machine, the 2R Rusty Stroop, the 17 machine. Takes a while to get that cleaned up. We get a white flag. We should be back racing this time or next time by the stripe. Your leader is still Jeff Foltz in the 1M machine. Running in second is Don Fleming. Third belongs to Mike Carroll, I believe. Green flag comes back out. We are racing, yes. And fourth is Jerry Winget, or excuse me, Roger Winget running in fourth. We got a car smoking badly down the front straightaway. And caution back out once again. We got oil all the way down the front straightaway.
Steve Rickard is third with 3:56. Junior Maddox is fourth with 2:39.
Look at the fine Shadybowl track crew with their work cut out for them. We got a massive spill down the front straightaway.
Sixth in points.
I think they've just run out of rosin.
Seventh
I have to put some more down in there.
16. Eighth is Tony Brunke. And there's a tie for ninth between Don Bettis and Dave Barnhart with 185 points apiece. So that's pretty much the point division races here so far. Like I said, we do have, at this time, looks like 1 more points race. And that will be October the 14th. So the sportsman title is definitely up in the air. And maybe
see the track cleanup continuing. Now the cars are running around trying to blow the rosin off. The track gets pretty clean, pretty quick. And we're about ready to go back to racing. Don Fleming Jr., Mike Carroll, and Roger Wenget, your top 4 cars. John Ranley holding down the 5th position as Carroll now looks to the high side of Fleming through turns 3 and 4. Now Mike Carroll slips a little bit. Roger Wenget looks underneath through turns 1 and 2. Can't quite take advantage of that. Jeff Foltz, car number 1M, still your leader. We got a car into the backstretch wall. That is the 2 of Rusty Stroop. Green flag, and we are back to racing. And Mike Carroll and Don Fleming go to work, battling with each other for that 2nd position. Fleming with the slight advantage through turns 1 and 2 and down the back chute. And now Roger Wenget looks in underneath the 2 of Mike Carroll. Mike Carroll once again to the high side of the Don Fleming Jr. machine. Slips a little bit down the back straightaway. As the 1 of Jeff Foltz. This continues to motor on. And we got a caution once again on the track. Flag, 1 more lap, and we'll be back to green flag. Green flag racing. Mike Carroll looking to the inside of Don Fleming down the front straightaway. Mike Carroll on the 2 machine now. Don Fleming on the outside. Fleming slips a little bit, and now Mike Carroll, car number 2, taking advantage of that restart, now runs second. Don Fleming Jr. still loose in 31. Roger Winget looks underneath down the front straightaway. Mike Carroll right on the back bumper of your leader, car number 1M, Jeff Volz. And now Mike Carroll looks to the high side, coming out of 4. They're side by side down the front straightaway. Jeff Volz on the inside, Mike Carroll on the outside. Now Carroll slips back in turns 1 and 2. White flag for your leader, car number 1M, Jeff Volz. Mike Carroll right there in 2. Don Fleming Jr. runs 3rd. Roger Winget temporarily holding down the 4th position, but a good battle going on back there. And your winner will be car number 1, Jeff Volz. Then Mike Carroll, Don Fleming Jr., Roger Winget, and John Ranley. Once again, your winner, car number 1M, Jeff Volz. Your lineup for your Pro Stock feature event. On the pole, car number 78 is Eric Holt. Then the 99 of Chuck McClure outside of him. Inside row number 2 is Brian Randaberry and the 27 of Junior Maddox. Inside row number 3, the 15 of Jim Robbins and the 22 of Tom Randolph. Inside the next row is the car number 10, and outside of him the 77 of Don Townsend Jr. Then it's the 36 of Jimmy Romans and the 28 of Justin Olson. 14, Gary Plattfoot. The 22 of Mick Miller. 28, Kevin Colvin. 24, Chris Hensley. 59, Terry Crabtree. 17, Mike Durflinger. 65, Jack McGill. 71 is Dave McPherson. 88, Tim Allen. And the 52 of Brett Miles. And out back, car number 30 of Rusty Mortimer in the 30 machine. I think I called him by the wrong name earlier. That's the 30 machine of Rusty Mortimer. So my apologies to that driver, calling him by the wrong name. I really hate doing that. Corners, and we're going to get a green flag. Chuck McClure, your leader through turns 1 and 2. The 7H of Eric Holt slipping back just a little bit. He runs second. Third belongs to the 27 of Junior Maddox. 3 wide going into turn 1 now. 67 Steve Rickard underneath the Junior Maddox machine. He now runs 4th. The 7 of Brian Brandenberry runs in that 3rd position. Rickard looking to the inside now. Oh, he gets together with Brandenberry. Brandenberry goes around. The 29 of Tony Brunke also spins. I think I missed him in the lineup. Tony Brunke out there in the 29 machine. He spins. The 7 of Brian Brandenberry also spins. All right, we got one more lap to go. Brian Brandenberry gets his spot back. Steve Rickard deposited to the tail. Tom Randolph running in that 4th position now. 3rd belongs to the 15 of Jim Robbins. Green flag comes back out. 2nd is the 7H of Eric Holton, and your leader is the 99 of Chuck McClure. Now Randolph looks to the high side of the 15 of Jim Robbins. Tom Randolph in the 22 machine. Chuck McClure, the 7H of Eric Holton runs in second, but here comes Tom Randolph in 22. Holton slips a little bit through turns 3 and 4. The 22 of Tom Randolph now runs second. And now Don Townsend Jr. runs in that third position behind the 22 of Tom Randolph. Chuck McClure, he slips through turn 4. Randolph gets underneath. Tom Randolph, car number 22, now your leader. Chuck McClure, something wrong with that car. He slips a little bit again in turns 1 and 2. He's back to 4, then farther. As we got a car on fire. Fire extinguishes itself. As soon as he gets the car stopped, he gets out of the car. That's the 14 of Gary Plattfoot. So Plattfoot having his problems here tonight. That car up in flames. Tom Randolph, Don Townsend Jr., Eric Holton, 27 of Junior Mad Dogs, 15 is Jim Robbins, 3 David Barnhart.
The white flag is out, and we'll be going green.
And actually it's the Tom Randolph machine is your leader, 99 Chuck McClure runs in second. We got the lineup straight, and we should get a green flag next time by the stripe. Chuck McClure slides to the high side once again. Something wrong with that car as the field goes by. McClure having his problems. Caution comes back out. And Chuck McClure, car number 99, takes it instead of to the hill. He's pitted down. There's so many cars back there. He's pitted down beside, right by the pit entrance. So he takes it back there to his truck, and he's done for the night. Tom Randolph, your leader. Don Townsend Jr., number 1 of the Columbus contingent. He runs in second. The 1H of Eric Holton runs third. Fourth is the 27 of Junior Maddox. Jimmy Romans, Tony Brunke battle out there side by side on the track. Romans looks to the inside of the 29 car now. Jimmy Romans, also one of the drivers from Columbus, coming over here and trying the pro streets here tonight at Shadybowl Speedway. Jim Robbins underneath the 3 of David Barnhart. Barnhart goes around. He spins over in turn 4. And the caution is out once again. And Barnhart, I just noticed Barnhart, I missed totally on my lineup. Sorry about that, Dave. Back out. Tom Randolph, your leader. Don Townsend Jr. runs second. Eric Holton third. Junior Maddox holds down that 4th position. David Barnhart runs in 5th. Barnhart looking to the high side of Junior Maddox through turns 3 and 4. That allows the 10 car to move up. The 10 car is either Doug Zorn or Dave Harshman. I don't know which one. That's the 2 names I have listed under number 10. So I'm not sure which one it is, so I'm just going to call it the number 10 car. Got to learn a few of these drivers again. As I'm not acquainted with some of the names. I apologize. I am acquainted with the man leading this race, car number 22, Tom Randolph. 77, Don Townsend Jr. runs in second. Third is the 7H of Eric Holton, as we got cars battling and slipping and sliding in the back of the pack. A couple of cars side by side. Back there. And now Barnhart looks to the high side of Holton down the front straightaway. Got a car stopped on the back straightaway. That is the 24 of Chris Hensley. A car stalled on the back stretch. Green flag back out. Tom Randolph, Don Townsend Jr., Dave Barnhart, and Eric Holt. Rewind down the back straightaway. And where did Justin Alsop come from? Car number 28. Now challenging for that fourth position with Eric Holt. Ryan Brandenberry now moves to that high line right behind Justin Alsop, as Alsop looking for a way around the Eric Holt machine. Side by side down the front straightaway, as we got them 3 wide in the back of the pack. And still side by side through turns 1 and 2. Now Alsop taking over that third position, or fourth position, excuse me. And now Brian Brandenberry will be the next to try Eric Holton on. White flag, 1 more lap to go for your leader, car number 22. Tom Randolph. 77, Don Townsend Jr. running second. Dave Barnhart, then Justin Alsop, and Junior Maddox. And your winner, car number 22, Tom Randolph, Don Townsend Jr., Dave Barnhart, Justin Alsop, Junior Maddox, Eric Holt, and Tony Brunke. Once again, your winner, car number 22, Tom Randolph. I'd like to thank you for purchasing this Pinstroke Productions videotape. And for everybody from Pinstroke Productions, I'm Nate Pennington. We'll see you right here next week at the track.
Tonight's racing. We thank you all for coming out. Please take it easy going home. Please drive safely going home. We'd like to see you back here again next Friday night.